Hi everyone, welcome to Mindful Crafts and More. I am Katrina. For those of you who are new, welcome to my channel. I hope you see something that you like. Consider subscribing and hang out with me for a while. For those of you who are returning subscribers, thank you so much. I appreciate you for coming and hanging out with me. So for tonight, I just want to actually show you some finished chunky hats that I have made. But before I do that, what am I wearing? So tonight I am wearing an up and down beanie that is crocheted using worsted weight yarn. I'll put the information about the designer in the description box below in case you would like to make this beanie for yourself. And the shrug that I am making is just a shrug that I came up with. It's basically double crocheted and it's very nice and cozy just to take the chill off. And if you're interested in that, I would have to write it. I haven't written the pattern, but I can write it and perhaps let you guys know how I put it together. All right, so I want to talk to you guys tonight about knit chunky hats. So previously I showed you guys a few chunky hats that I had showcased as I was trying to make a decision on which one best fit the inspiration of the designer. I had several yarns that I used, and you guys helped me to decide which one actually looked the best and most fit perhaps what the designer had intended. But tonight, what I want to do is talk to you guys about maybe some self-striping yarns, as well as maybe using your plain yarns with a little bit of a twist so that you can do maybe a simple item, but just change it a little bit to make it a little bit more complex. So I won't take very long. Just take a look at these and then let me know what you think. Okay, here we go. So the first hat that I have is a basic hat in a solid color, but I kind of changed up the brim. So this one here is a basic knit hat. It's using chunky weight yarn, Charisma. I believe the color was mauve. And what I did was I took the brim and I just did several rows of garter stitch. And I think it turned out really, really nice. It's not a real complicated pattern, but by changing up the brim, it does make you take notice to the hat a little bit. So I did the same number of stitches for the body of the hat and then started my decreases. And then I did a Kitchener stitch for the top of the hat. A Kitchener stitch is a way for you to kind of have a seamless join on your finished items. And many times we will use it when we're making socks, but I decided to incorporate that in the top of my hat. Okay. All right. So the next one is this. This one is using a self-striping yarn. And as you see, the beanie itself is actually pretty basic. It's not really fancy at all, but the yarn really does all the magic with the self-striping and everything. And I really do like the way this one turned out. So the yarn used for this particular one is called Ash. It's a Charisma self-striping yarn, and Charisma can be found at Michael's, and it is a bulky category 5 yarn, 100% acrylic. It comes as 3.5 ounce or 100 gram skeins, and it's about 109 yards or 100 meters. The knitting needle recommended is a US 13 or 9 millimeter, and the crochet hook recommended is a US 11 or 8 millimeter. All right, so the next one, same pattern, guys, but you see how it looks different with the different self-striping yarn? All right, so this particular one is actually called Lakeside. And if you guys saw one of my previous videos, more recent, you will see that I used this yarn in a crochet project. But this is how that particular yarn works up with knitting. And so you can get different effects depending on how you work your yarn. Okay. Now this one also, I did a 1x1 rib at the bottom, and then continued with no increase in stitches, and then I started to decrease here, and again did a Kitchener stitch at the top. All right, my third one is this one. Okay, so this one is called Northern Light, and I like the way these colors came together. They are so pretty. And again, same pattern as before as the other two hats, but you see how the colors bring it out. And I didn't really have to do a complicated stitch for this because the yarn itself worked all the magic for me. So I hope you like the items that I showed today. And perhaps you might be inspired to either use a solid color and do a little bit of a twist, or try out one of the self-striping yarns and just find a basic pattern that you like to make something for yourself or for one of your loved ones. Please stay safe, stay well, use your mask, wash your hands, use hand sanitizer if a water source is not available, and use the social distancing as recommended. We want each and every one of you guys to be safe and be well. I hope to see you guys real soon with more projects and more inspiration. Take care now. Bye-bye.